Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's New York City Council hearing of the Subcommittee on Landmarks, Public Sightings, and Dispositions. At this time, can everyone please silence your cell phones? If you wish to submit testimony, you may send it to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Again, that's landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. If you wish to testify in today's hearing, you can go up to the sergeant's desk and fill out a testimony slip. Thank you for your cooperation. Chair, we are ready to begin.
Good morning. I'm Councilmember Farrah Lewis, Chair of the Subcommittee on Landmarks, Public Sightings, and Disposition. I am joined today by my colleagues, Council Members De La Rosa, Botcher, Nurse, Ung, and Marte. Today we will conduct votes and hold public hearings on a number of items, but before we begin, I will recognize the Subcommittee Council to explain today's hearing procedures.
Thank you, Chair Lewis. I am Arthur Ha, counsel to this subcommittee. This meeting is being held in a hybrid format. Members of the public who wish to testify may do so in person or via Zoom. Those wishing to testify by Zoom for today's hearings were asked to register online. If you have registered to testify and are not yet signed into the Zoom, please do so now and remain signed in until after you have testified. If you wish to testify via Zoom and have not yet registered, please do so by visiting www.council.nyc.gov/land-use and sign up now. If you have written testimony that you would like the subcommittee to consider in addition to or instead of appearing before the subcommittee, or if you require an accessible version of a presentation given at today's meeting, please send an email to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Please indicate the LU number and/or project name in the subject line of the email. Lastly, there may be extended pauses as we encounter technical problems. We ask that you please be patient as we work through any issues. Chair Lewis will now continue with today's agenda.
Thank you. I want to first note that LU's numbers 113 and 114 related to the Gateway Site 26A and Phase 5 proposal will be deferred and taken up at an upcoming meeting. We will now vote to approve LUs 104 through 107 relating to the 705 10th Avenue DEP site redevelopment proposal in Councilmember Botcher's district in Manhattan. The proposal would facilitate the development of a new 8-story mixed-use building with approximately 157 units of affordable housing, ground floor community facility space, and a publicly accessible open space to be operated by the City of New York, by New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, Councilmember Botcher is in support of this proposal. We will also vote to approve LUs 108 and 109 for the Cambria Heights 222nd Street and 227th Street Historic District designations, respectively, in Councilmember Williams' district in Queens. Councilmember Williams is in support of these two historic district designations and has asked me to make a statement on behalf, which I will now read. I am proud to support the designation of 2 blocks in my district through today's vote on the Cambria Heights 222nd and 227th Street historic districts. Historic districts are especially important in Black and Brown communities, and I hope more historic districts in Eastern Queens will be designated in the coming years. These blocks were developed in the early 1930s and are well preserved and are architecturally distinctive within the Cambria Heights neighborhood. They stand out with their whimsical and imaginative storybook style and as examples of Black and Caribbean home ownership. The history of the Black and Brown communities has long been ignored. I would like to thank the Landmarks Preservation Commission for their equitable approach to making our rich history visible, because our history in New York, our history is New York City's history. I urge my colleagues on the subcommittee on Landmarks, Public Sightings, and Dispositions to join me in supporting this designation and to vote yes to preserve the unique part of New York City's history. That concludes Councilmember Williams' statement. I'd like to take this time to recognize Councilmember Botcher or any of the committee members who have any questions or remarks. I don't know, Councilmember Botcher, if you have like remarks that you want to share today.
Sure, just want to thank you, Chair Lewis, and all my fellow committee members. Today we're voting on a 8-story, 100% affordable building that'll provide 157 permanently affordable units. It's being built over the rail cuts off of 49th and 10th in Hell's Kitchen. It will also include a community arts and culture facility, a public comfort station, and that is accessible from a DEP-owned public space. And in the last 24 hours, we were able to get more family-size units added to the formerly homeless category, and we're also able to get more assurances from DEP that the green space will remain as green space for the community. I want to thank my staff, Council Land Use, Community Board 4, Douglaston, and the Actors Fund, HPD, and the administration for working with us to bring this project to fruition.
Thank you. Do any members want to provide remarks or have any questions? No, great. I now call for a vote to approve LUs 104, 105, 106, and 107 for the 705 10th Avenue DEP site redevelopment proposal, and LU 108 for the Cambria Heights 222nd Street Historic District, and LU 109 for the Cambria Heights 227th Street Historic District. Council, please call the roll.
Chair Lewis.
I vote aye.
Councilmember De La Rosa.
Aye.
Councilmember Marte.
Aye.
Councilmember Nurse.
Aye.
Councilmember Ung. Chair, the vote currently stands at 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions. We will keep the vote open in the event other subcommittee members join.
Thank you and congratulations, Councilmember Botcher and Councilmember Williams. I now open a public hearing on LUs 119 through 124, covering a number of applications put forth by HPD and relating to property in the Bronx Council districts represented by Chair Riley and Councilmember Stevens and Councilmember Sanchez. We will be holding simultaneous hearings for 3 projects, all being put forth by HPD in coordination with the same development team as part of a scattered site project and being financed together. As an overview, the 3 projects known as Morris Heights NCP under LUs 119 and 120, Morrisania Open Door under LUs 121 and 122, and Morrisania Claremont Village Open Door under LUs 123 and 124, each include requests for UDAP designation and project approvals, as well as approval for the disposition of city-owned property, as well as a real property tax exemption pursuant to Article 11 of the Private Housing Finance Law. In addition, the Morrisania Claremont Village Open Door project also seeks approval for UDAP tax exemptions. We'll be hearing combined testimony from the project team breaking down these 3 projects. But I just want to note in closing that in total, the projects will facilitate the development of up to 75 units in a mix of affordable home ownership and rental units across the sites. And now we will hear a comprehensive presentation from the project team from all 3 projects, and then we'll go into questions as needed from the affected members, project by project. This is complicated. That's what all that means. There are a lot of details to go over here, and I just want to remind everyone, as appropriate, to be clear about which sites or projects are being addressed, whether it's through subcommittee questions and discussions or through public testimony. With that, I also want to remind everyone that's wishing to testify remotely on these items, if you have not already done so, you must register online, and you may do that now by visiting our council website at council.nyc.gov/land-use. At this time, I would now like to take a moment to acknowledge all my colleagues, council members, Stevens, who is remote, Sanchez, and Riley, if any of them are available to provide remarks at this time.
Yes, I would like to provide remarks. Councilmember Stevens.
All right, you can start, Councilmember.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make sure that I stopped in just to say how strongly I support this project, especially throughout the Bronx. You know, this is about diversity, and often we don't have options of home ownership in my district. This project, although all of it is not in my district, the bulk of it is in my district, and this would provide co-ops and two-family homes, which is desperately needed in my community, and promote home ownership, which leads to generational wealth. I also want to just give a special shout out because not only is this project being led by a woman developer, which I also think is also important that we continue to make sure that we have diversities of the developers that we're working in a partnership. I believe HPD has done a great job with like working with me to help me understand this project and all the things. So I'm really excited about this. This is something that's been working for a very long time, was part of the Jerome Avenue districting. And so just want to shout out to my predecessor who worked really hard to promote homeownership in this district. And now we are seeing it come to fruition. And I am in full support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Council, if you could call the first panel for this item.
The applicant panel includes Winifred Campbell and Rosa Kelly of HPD, along with Sandra Erickson, Mary Ellen Cooper, and Rosa Negron as project and team partners. Also available for Q&A today, I believe we have Ted Weinstein, Ryan Moros, and Brittany Spence, all of HPD, and Josh Weissman of JCAL Development Group. I'll note that Ted Weinstein and Winifred Campbell are joining us remotely, I believe.
This is Winifred Campbell. Should I begin the presentation?
Oh, we'll call on you at some point. You can mute for now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Council, please administer the affirmation.
Panelists, would you all please raise your right hand, and I will call on each one of you individually to answer the following. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this subcommittee and in answer to all council member questions? Rosa Kelly.
Yes.
Sandra Erickson.
Yes.
Rosa Negron.
Yes.
Mary Ellen Cooper.
Yes.
Winifred Campbell.
Yes.
And do we have Ted Weinstein? All right, that's it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. For the viewing public, if you need an accessible version of today's presentation, please send an email request to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Panelists, please restate your name and organization for the record as you begin. And if one of you would please also let us know when you would like to begin showing your presentation, our staff will display that on the screen. You may all begin.
Good morning again. This is Winifred Campbell. I'm representing HPD, and we are ready to show our PowerPoint presentation. Thank you so much. Good morning, Chair Lewis and council members. The project that we're presenting to you this morning is the Morrisania-Morris Heights cluster, as already has been stated. Next slide, please. So this cluster is a scattered site proposal, and it spans 6 Bronx community districts and 4 council districts. The project was a winning proposal in a request for qualifications that invited applicants to submit proposals to develop clusters of small scattered infill sites that were otherwise too small or too difficult to develop on their own. So the designated developer for this project is a joint venture, Neighborhood Infill Partners, and you will hear more about them later in the presentation. As mentioned by the chair, the land use actions that are necessary for this cluster are urban development action area designation and urban development action area project approvals, the disposition of city-owned land, and the approval of Article 11 and UDAP tax exemptions. Next slide, please. So the cluster is broken up as follows. There are two ULURPs, one in Council Districts 14 and 16, and it involves the new construction of 28 affordable rental units developed through HPD's Neighborhood Construction Program, or as we call it, NCP. The other ULURP is in Council District 16, and it will provide 23 affordable co-op units through HPD's Open Door program. And the last component of this cluster is the non-ULURP sites. These sites are in Council Districts 12 and 16, and they will be developed as two-family homes through the Open Door program. I will now turn the presentation over to Sandra Erickson, representing the development team.
Good morning, everyone. Wonderful to be here. Thank you for your consideration of our project. The development team is, I'm Sandra Erickson, representing Sandra Erickson Real Estate. I'm in business since 1984. Based in Community Board 5 now since 1989. So we're neighborhood-based property owners and managers. We have 35 Bronx buildings, affordable housing that we're managing. And we have a very long history of commitment to the community. I've sit on Community Board 7 for 23 years in the Bronx, where I'm a vice president of the Bronx Chamber. I'm involved with the economic development in the Bronx. We do SBA lending, along with many other community commitments. Next, we have JCal Development. They're a Bronx-based affordable, I'm sorry, next slide, sorry. We have JCal Development. They are Bronx-based affordable housing developer. They've created more than 1,000 units of affordable rentals and home ownership, affordable home ownership, and they have an extensive network of locally based MWBE subcontractors and suppliers. And next we have OCV Architects. They've been in business for more than 30 years designing affordable and sustainable projects, and we have worked with them for more than 20 years. Next slide, please. Here's a map of the project sites. I will note that the site is so scattered that two of the northern sites, 30 West 182nd and 1234 East 223rd, are in the north, not on the map, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it. They're in Community Boards 3, 4, 5, and 12, and Council Districts 12, 14, and 16, as has been stated. And next, I will hand it over to Mary Ellen Cooper from OCV Architects, who's going to give an overview of the development sites.
Hello. Next slide, please. The first project is 30 West 182nd Street in Community District 5, Council District 14. This 6-story site has 11 units total, 10 one-bedroom units and 1 two-bedroom unit at the first floor. The project offers rear yard recreation space for all tenants. There's laundry facilities and trash room. Next slide, please. 1647 Popham Ave is in Council District 16 and Community District 5. There are 17 units total, 5 one-bedroom and 12 two-bedroom units. This site offers laundry, bicycle storage, tenant storage, and also has rear yard recreation space for everyone. Next slide, please. 1312, 1314 Chisholm is in Council District 16, Community District 3, and has 1 studio apartment, 11 one-bedroom apartments, and 11 two-bedroom apartments. Thank you. The building has elevator, trash, laundry, recreation at the rear yard, tenant storage, and a fitness space in the cellar. Next slide, please. The open door sites, there are 7 two-family homes that are being developed for home ownership. The owner's unit will be a 3-bedroom unit, and each building has a rental, either 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom. These are in Council Districts 12, 14, and 16, and Community Districts 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 12. Next slide, please.
Just going to now talk about the affordability for the 2 rental buildings, the 30 West 182nd and 1647 Popham. The AMI rates are between 30 and 70%. The maximum incomes, $27,000 to $64,000, and the rents are between $577 and $1,578. And next I'm going to introduce Rosa Negron from Neighborhood Restore, Restored Homes, who will discuss the affordability of the co-op units.
Good morning and thank you. My name is Rosa Negron with Neighborhood Restore, Restored Homes, HDFC. We will be managing the marketing for these affordable co-ops. The buildings are composed of 22 affordable units, 1 studio unit, 10 one-bedroom, 11 two-bedroom, and 1 is for the super. The target for these, the target income is 80% AMI, with the sales prices for the studio currently at $249,779. The 1-bedrooms are $304,660. The 2-bedrooms would be approximately $348,612. With a down payment calculated at 5% of each of the sales prices, we imagine the costs would be about $1,700 to $2,600 a month.
Next slide, please. And hi, Rosa Kelly, Executive Director for Government Affairs for HPD. I just wanted to flag that HPD's Home First Assistance Program, which is a down payment assistance program, is available. We're happy to connect council members or interested stakeholders if they want to learn more. And I think it's just such a great program. We wanted to make sure that we're mentioning it here when we're talking about these homeownership opportunities.
Thank you so much. The next slide, please, is the affordability for the 2-family homes. A couple of points: these homes must be owner-occupied, has to be a first-time home buyer. The home buyer is at 80% AMI, as well as the tenant that rents the other apartment. The sales price are between $471,000 and $530,000. I want to call your attention to the net monthly housing costs, which averages about $1,700. And this is very exciting because the owner will have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with parking and a rear yard, all for a net, after you consider the rental, of $1,700. So we're particularly excited about this. And they also offer the Home First down payment assistance, HPD does. And Neighborhood Restore, Restored Homes will be working with us on the marketing and also counseling, because these people will not only be new homeowners, but new landlords. So they offer counseling for that. And now we're opening it to questions and answers.
Thank you. I have one question before, my colleagues are gone. So I have one question, and then after that, we'll move forward. One of the concerns raised in Councilmember Stevens, do you have any questions? All right, she stepped out. One of the concerns that were raised in prior HPD development proposal discussions, as well as here with this package of applications, is that the average unit size for HPD developments is often quite small. Can either of you please address that concern for these projects? Specifically, more broadly, can you discuss the factors that go into the decisions made? Thanks.
So, and I'll turn it over to Mary Ellen in just a second to talk a little bit about the, site constraints. But I think in general, as Winnie mentioned in her introduction, the reason that we are packaging all of these scattered sites together is because they are small lots that were particularly difficult to develop. And so we always strive for the right balance of unit count, which matches the financing and affordability. I think that's sort of the balance that we're trying to strike here. And then I'll turn it over to Mary Ellen to talk a little bit more in detail about site constraints and limitations that led to the unit mix and unit sizes that we present.
Okay. I guess to start, the average one bedroom is around 550 square feet, and the two bedrooms range between like 750 to 850 square feet. So these units were developed, like she mentioned, the sites are small. In particular, like 30 West 182nd Street is a 25-foot lot, so that in order to maximize the amount of apartments, we could only do the one bedrooms in this and still have light and air as required by code. All of the larger buildings are maxed out for available zoning FAR. So we are building these as much as we can and trying to get the most units in each project.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Stevens is back. Do you have a question?
No, I don't have any questions. I think because I just heard we were talking about the size, that was one of my concerns, but the lots are small, which is why I was like, that makes sense. And they're mostly one bedroom and two bedrooms. So for me, that was a concern, but also understanding the size restraints and restrictions.
All right, being that there are no additional questions, this applicant panel is excused. Council, are there any members of the public who wish to testify on LUs 119 and 124?
Madam Chair, we'll check with our staff, our remote coordination staff, to see if there are any witnesses. And if there's anyone here with us today in the committee room who wishes to testify, please see one of the sergeants at arms to complete a speaker card. Okay, it appears that we have no public testimony for this item, so we can continue.
All right, being that there are no members of the public who wish to testify on LUs 119 and 124 relating to the Morris Heights NCP, Morrisana Open Door and Morrisana Claremont Village Open Door proposals, the public hearing is now closed and the items are laid over. I will hand it over to council now.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To just recap and announce the vote from today, the items were adopted by a vote of 5 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, no abstentions, and they will be referred to the full Land Use Committee.
Thank you. That concludes today's business. I want to remind you that if you have written testimony on today's items, you may submit it to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Please indicate the LU number or the project name or project address in the subject heading. I would like to thank members of the public, my colleagues, subcommittee council, and land use staff, and the Sergeant at Arms for participating in today's hearing. This meeting is hereby adjourned.